All right, we're live. Let's Oh, we're live. We're lagging. We're live and lagging. We are live. Clay's Corner. Gonna be discussing the 2024 Fantasy Guru Devy Draft today. Going to be talking a little NFL preseason. And also maybe a little snack review to the end. Had a good suggestion this week on a snack, not a pretzel, but a snack, and we're gonna fire off with that at the end of the show. But as you can see, I have so professionally added some Devy picks, and maybe it would be easier if I put them all on one side here so you can see they're all in order. This was the 2024 Fantasy Guru Devy Draft. Of course, this is a league where there is a one-round Devy Draft every year. It's two 14-team leagues combined together into one draft. So you see 28 picks here, but you see a lot of double picks of each player. Luther Burden, of course. The excellent wide receiver out of Missouri, Tetora. All right, listen. Arizona has a great wide receiver on our hands, and he's going to be a nightmare, that first name, for evaluators. So if you're watching this now and you don't watch college football, be prepared for that. We've had a few of those over the years. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa, we're just getting the hang of that one at this point. So as you can see, we have finished our draft. So 28 total picks with 2 copies. Some players that are already gone: Arch Manning, Emeka Egbuka, the Ohio State wide receiver. I don't even need to talk about Arch Manning. He's a Manning. You guys get it. But there are a few really nice pieces that were available this year, and that's why I'd suggest if you're doing a Devy league and it is NFL based, I know there's those campus to Canton leagues, and those people are sickos. So shout out to you guys if you're doing campus to Canton. You guys are hardcore. But what I would suggest is have the one-round Devy draft so you're not crushing your rookie draft. That is the big key here. We want to have the excitement of a Devy draft, and we want to have the excitement of the rookie draft as well. And maybe I can take a quick picture of the rookie draft and post it up here, because this is, let me get a quick picture of the first round here. This is what I'm going for when I do a rookie draft with a Devy league. I've seen nightmares. Where, you go to the Devy draft after having a 3-round, or you go to the rookie draft after having a 3-round Devy draft, and there's just nobody there. But when you look at this, look, you only get one pick in that one-round Devy draft. Look who was there in this rookie draft this year. Now, I'm kind of sounding like a salesman right now selling you on Devy drafts, but that's because they're really fun, and I think everyone who drafted this year and last year is having a really good time with all this stuff. But look at this. Malik Neighbors still there. Jaden Daniels still there. Roma Dunze still there. J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix. I mean, these are all guys that can have a really big impact on your fantasy team, and especially a dynasty team. Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy. Having these guys available in the rookie draft gives it some structure, gives there some excitement. Of course, you don't see Marvin Harrison, you don't see Caleb Williams, you don't see Brock Bowers. But there's still a lot of players that are really exciting to draft here. So, final point there. But going back to the Devy draft. So I did something goofy, and you know what? Sometimes it's fun to do something goofy. This is a Devy draft. Again, I've said that about 10 times already. And my history on Devy drafts is like I want to have fun with this. I want to take players I'm already rooting for. So I took Alec Iomanner, a guy who had some enormous games, in particular against against Colorado. He's a Stanford wide receiver, big play threat, really, really fun player there that I quite enjoy. So Alec Iomanner, I took him over guys like Carson Beck. Ollie Gordon was another guy. The DUI is what it is. I mean, we've seen multiple NFL players have major off-field issues. Rashee Rice and Jordan Addison, to name two. And we're getting towards the season, and they haven't even gotten suspended yet. So Ollie Gordon probably may, Mike Gundy, of course, came out with those comments. If you haven't seen those already, they're pretty ridiculous. But Ollie Gordon may get benched for the first half of the first game against some D2 team. He's the main focus of that offense. So we got Nico. I believe that's Clemson's. Don't quote me on this. I believe that's Clemson's starting QB this year. I may have made that up. Quinshaw Junkins, notably in NCAA, his spin move is just trolling everybody right now. If you haven't checked out NCAA yet, the video game, he transferred to Ohio State, and people are having a bitch of a time trying to stop that guy. So Eugene Wilson, a very good wide receiver from last year. That was a fun pick. Jeremiah Smith, Boys picked him 103, and then he slipped to 114 to catch these Shanahans. I didn't know much about him. I had to reach out to Dallas. Dallas is Boys. Shout out to Dallas. He's a very good dynasty player. Apparently, this is a big-time recruit coming into Ohio State, so I'm going to be looking for him this year. Jalen Milroe, we all know that play he made last year. He is Alabama's starting quarterback, and a decade ago, Jalen Milroe's not getting drafted in a one-round Devy. But with what we've seen, the advances in all these offenses and the faith we can now put in some of these offensive coordinators, I could absolutely see a scenario where some OC falls in love with Jalen Milroe and says, okay, we're going to build the offense around him, get him some really nice weapons, a.k.a. the Jalen Hurts in Philly, and go to town. So unlikely he's going to be a top pick in the NFL draft, but maybe he can sneak into the first round. And even if he's a second rounder, he's a pretty dynamic athlete. So someone's going to give him a shot. Shedeur Sanders, I'm not sure on this one, but he should be a first round pick. He's shown enough signs to have the upside there. Let's see what else we got. Omarion Hampton, really good running back from North Carolina. Evan Stewart, excellent wide receiver from Texas A&M. Is he still on Texas A&M? The transfer portal has thrown me out, and this is why I almost bought NCAA and got the system back. I haven't had a system. I had a system for about a month there, said I was going to Twitch stream. That didn't happen. I maybe Twitch streamed once, got 0 viewers, and then I would just play Call of Duty the whole time. So at age 34, guys, we got to make business decisions on what's taking up our time. NCAA, though, the transfer portal isn't as much of an issue because they update those rosters and you get to see them all. So Evan Stewart, very good wide receiver, but I would have transferred out of Texas A&M if I were him. Kevin Concepcion, Jackson Dart, and probably the most explosive player I watched last year, other than, of course, Marv and Malik Neighbors, etc. Zachariah Branch, USC, crowded depth chart last year. Injuries for Branch didn't quite get the accolades or usage that I wanted after I saw those first couple games. Electric returner. Amazing prospect. I'm really excited to see how he can build off this and what Lincoln Riley can do with him. USC lost a lot of incumbent upperclassmen. The Marshawn Lloyds, the Taj Washingtons, the et cetera, Brendan Rice. So I think there's going to be a lot more opportunity for Branch, and seeing Branch, Branch has that Deshaun Jackson type upside there. So really excited about that. Carnell Tate and Connor Wegman to end it off. So that is our Devy draft for 2024. Really, really fun. If you guys haven't checked out some of these names, I suggest you do so. College football is getting here quick. I was just texting with Mike the Beard, who is one of the content creators over on fantasyguru.com. He does great work over there for the DFS and sports betting and any college football. If you guys need college football stuff, he's one of my go-tos. So I would certainly suggest looking at his stuff too. Scott Bonder, Chris Rose, all those guys know their stuff. And I would go check out that if you guys are interested in college football. So that is college football for us. But in a similar note to college football, we got this guy. Who's this guy? Y'all? Who is this? If you don't know, you probably didn't watch the Patriots preseason game. This has been one of my favorite storylines since he was at Michigan. Joe Milton has one of the best raw skill sets of any prospect ever at quarterback. The best arm in NFL history I've ever seen, not even close. He throws missiles. I've tweeted about him a bunch over the last couple years. Anytime he's on, it's must watch for a multitude of reasons. Number one, just watching him throw deep is, I would just watch him do a long pass competition. Number two, there are some games where he cannot complete a pass at all. And that is just as entertaining because you get to watch it go, pew, and then it's just nowhere. It's just 10 yards out of bounds. And it's awesome. But there's this thing going on right now where there's all these folks that have watched Joe Milton in college, whether they're Michigan fans, they're Big Ten fans from his early career, they're Tennessee fans from when he transferred there. And the same pattern has been consistent of him having these elite traits and not being able to put it together. So this, of course, as I mentioned, is Joe Milton. With the Patriots, they had that silly storyline come out about how he's out playing Drake May early on in camp, and he might actually be the starter. And then he goes out in that preseason game, throws an absolute dart of a deep pass for a touchdown, scrambles around, shows all these elite traits that he has always had. Even in 2021, I remember a guy joking around. I would always tweet about Donovan Peoples-Jones and that Michigan offense because it was so prehistoric. And I always had a theory that some of these guys, once they get to the NFL, you look at Nico Collins, once they get to the NFL, they will take off. That may, who knows? Tennessee, not the case. Tennessee had an excellent system. Josh Heupel's an excellent coach, and Hendon Hooker had just come off an excellent final season in Tennessee, and then we get the Joe Milton thing. So what are we doing here? I don't know, but I'm in. I think it's a blast. Again, we are sports fans, and when we're putting our cold hard money down on players, then we have to be serious and not root for bits. But I am fully in on the Joe Milton thing. I think it's hilarious. If he was awesome, it would be awesome. Because if an OC could wrangle him to the point where he's just optimizing the deep passing, handing it off, running, and then maybe having an elite tight end around him, who knows, right? He's not Anthony Richardson, but he does have some of those traits. And I know people are going to groan when I say that, but this is a lot of time to talk about a 6th round pick in the NFL draft. But I don't know. I think this is one of the funniest storylines of the year just because of how many facets of people it's bringing in to either get pissed off. Now you have Patriots fans arguing with University of Tennessee fans. And then you have, Michigan fans who are Tom Brady guys who are like, you know, there's so many dynamics there that I love it. Who else for preseason so far? Caleb Williams looked great. Bo Nix is another one. Bo Nix is a guy who washed out of Auburn. I kind of thought his college career was over after Auburn. But one good thing about the transfer portal is some of these guys get extra opportunities now. And he got to transfer to Oregon, get in a very good system, get against a little easier defenses, you could say, over in the Pac-12. That is no more. And now he's a first-round pick. Now he goes to Sean Payton. And he had a pretty good preseason game today. It wasn't great. Wasn't amazing. But it looks like there's a core that can run an NFL offense, which is more than what we can say for some of these guys that have come into the NFL over the last couple years. So I'm super curious just from an infrastructure standpoint of how this Bo Nix thing is going to evolve. Nobody was too high on him, and let's be honest, even halfway through his Oregon season, I've been still out. But he got drafted first round, goes to Sean Payton. Maybe Sean Payton's washed, but kind of like when a wide receiver goes to Pittsburgh, I'm at least intrigued. So that's what we got going on there. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's put Joe Milton on one side. What's this? What's this screenshot? Oh, we can put this on here. What do you guys think of this? You guys know about this? 2024 NFL Draft Guide over at fantasyguru.com. You can see that Drafters deposit bonus if you haven't gotten that yet. Drafters is a best ball pick'em app that we are connected with. So if you guys want a promo code over on Drafters, go check that out. And our draft guide. Fantasy football is coming up, y'all. 2-3 weeks, and we'll be there. So we are here to help you. I do this stuff for fun on the side, but the day-to-day grind of what we do over at Fantasy Guru, a lot of work is yet to come, and there's a lot of work already on the site. All our off-season content, all our preseason content. Tyler Beaker did a great job with his draft guide for the sports betting DFS, all that good stuff. So, hey, go check that out. What else we got? And this is a live, so whatever. We'll edit the rest out later. Okay. We're going to give that a little RT. Give that a little RT. And now, you know, Jeff Mans put out a funny TikTok earlier today about not overreacting to the preseason. So I did a pod with Jeff last weekend, and he's seen the pretzel reviews. He's got a take about a snack, not a pretzel, but a snack. And so I took that suggestion, and we're going to do snack review number 1. Popcorners, white cheddar, flavored. Pow! I need to buy some editing equipment so I can have a little pow when I do that. But all right, so we're going to try these. We're going to give them a grade, and we are going to do a player comp. If you haven't seen the pretzel reviews, they are all on TikTok, and I like them. First thing we do, nutrition facts. Pretty reasonable to me. Not fried. 0 artificial flavors. Popcorners, so they look like what do these look like? Kind of like a Dorito, kind of like a rice cake. fairly harmless. All right, we're getting some good volume in. 16 crisps per serving. So we can get some nice volume in there. We don't have to worry about the cows. Ooh. Smells good. All right. Get a look. Oh, look at it glistening. That's like touched by an angel right there. So I got the white cheddar. There's a bunch of other flavors. Oh. Oh, yeah, these are good. So the white cheddar's nice. It's not, you know how smart food can kind of be overpowering? This you get like the white cheddar, bang, but it's not too much. Okay. Have you ever bought those rice cakes from like the big rice cakes and you're like, "Oh, 70 calories. I'm going to save." Let me find them. They come in the bag with the spin top. All right, Russ, let's go. Yeah, these. Okay. So you know how you open up a bag of those and you take a few bites and you're like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm proud I'm not eating Doritos right now. This is like, oh, I actually enjoy these. Popcorners, white cheddar. Yeah, these aren't, so my mouth gets dry after a half of these on the screen now. I could probably eat a whole bag of these. All right, grade. Again, these are more of these are pleasant. The seasoning isn't overpowering. So like for the Zapp's pretzels that I gave a really high review, those are kind of overpowering. These are kind of just nice. Like you could throw a bowl down. These are family gathering approved. You could throw these out and the Zaps are you eat those home alone so nobody can steal any. Okay. One more. Those are really good. All right. There's a lot of things going on. So this is not a pretzel. This is snack review. Elements of a snack. We want to eat a bunch of it for not a big penalty. Check. We don't want to feel overpowered or feel sick after eating them. Doritos, I feel sick every time after I eat Doritos. We're good here. I feel like, yeah, I can just go on with my day after eating this. Could eat this with some carrots. All right, Russ, shut up. I'm going to give it an 8.4. Quality product, pleasant, not overpowering. Good crisp. What I'd want a rice cake to be. So there you go. Popcorners. 8.4. Player comp. This one's pretty easy. It's Jason Witten. Prime Jason Witten, not end of career Jason Witten. Prime Jason Witten. That's what popcorners are. Nice, reliable. 80, 90 catches every year. Going to be in the top 5 of tight end scoring. That's a review.